One lightweight and welterweight world champion Christian Lee was set to make his return in just a couple of weeks, and though he is still going to be making his long-awaited return to MMA, we are going to have to wait a little bit longer to finally see it. Christian was, of course, set to feature on 1169. That goes down November 8th at Lumpini Stadium after being moved from the State Farm Arena in Atlanta to Lumpini Stadium in Bangkok, Thailand. He, of course, will be defending his lightweight title against Alibeg Rasulov, who defeated Okra Yoon a few months ago now in what was an interim title fight. But because of Alibeg Rasulov, I believe he didn't pass his hydration test. He was unable to win the title, but nonetheless, he will get the title shot against Christian Lee. Instead of that fight happening at 1169, it is now going to be happening at One Fight Night 26. We found out via Christian's social media that he kind of teased that he was going to be announcing some news regarding this fight, some differing a change in details. We discussed this on the recent episode of the One Report that goes up every single Monday morning on this channel. As I said in that most recent episode, I'm a little bit under the weather this week. Still recovering from a pretty intense tooth extraction, so my voice isn't quite the same. So we're getting back to it, but I felt like this news dropped the same day that I had already released the One Report, which, like I said, comes out every Monday, where we cover the weekly topics. And I didn't want to wait a whole week in order to chat about this, so I thought we would get it out now. So, One Fight Night 26, we finally have details for that event, December 6th. It doesn't say in this announcement anywhere that it is Lumpini Stadium, but if you go and read the official announcement article that One put up, they do confirm that it is Lumpini Stadium, as expected. I don't know why this has been moved. It could, of course, the initial worry when I saw Christian's post was that there was an injury or something like that. And I said in my episode of the One Report, I just hope that they're able to rebook it for as soon as possible. However, with the fact that they've just been able to push it back a month, of course, it could be an injury. It could be a small injury, something like that. And so they're pushing it back for that reason. But I think, I don't know why yeah, whatever. I think that with it only being a month and there not being any details as to an injury, I would imagine that it's just they needed a main event for this December card. And with, obviously, when you have the 1169 card happening in the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, you're going to shift tickets. A big part of that was having a whole bunch of title fights. They were going to have 5 title fights. Would it have been 5? They've got Malakin, Rugrug, Brodsang and Smith, and Jackie Buntan versus Nisa Mexon. Those are the 3 title fights we still have. And they obviously also had Talanchai versus Joe Natwat, and we had Lee versus Rasulov. So 5 title fights. I think Christian Lee being in Atlanta would have definitely sold some extra tickets, with him, being from the US and making his long-awaited return after 2 years out. But with this card moving to Lumpini Stadium, I said this in my reaction video to that news, they didn't need a card this stacked to sell out Lumpini Stadium. They could, you don't even need 3 title fights, honestly, on that card. Obviously they've got MMA and stuff on there, so it wouldn't be, if that was a One Fight Night card, it would sell out Lumpini Stadium without any of the 3 title fights. I think you could just do like Adriano Moraes versus Danny Kingad, and whilst that's not the most like blockbuster main event, there's so many good fights on that card that I think it would have been fine anyway. So you just didn't need it. So I think that if it's that perspective, if that's why, I mean, it kind of sucks. We've got to wait another month to see Christian Lee back in action. But at the same time, I'm glad that there isn't a longer wait. And this is a very good main event. I'm excited for Christian Lee's return. And whilst he was kind of part of a big card at 1169, maybe wouldn't have got the shine that he deserved. And now he has got, his own card to come back on, his own main event slot. And I think he deserves that, honestly, after not only his last performance, where he became a 2-weight world champion by defeating Cameron Abasov, that was unbelievable, but also, just the story of Christian Lee, what he has been through in these last 2 years. I wrote a piece 4 fighters only, called Christian Lee Fighting for My Family, where I got some time with Christian, and yeah, his story is incredible. And so I think that it makes sense to have him headline this card rather than overstacking a Lumpini Stadium fight night that just doesn't need that many title fights. It's already got 3, so it's not like we're losing out that much. We're still getting a stacked card. We're just gonna have to wait another month to see the return of Christian Lee, but that is okay with me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you excited for this? Do you think, like I said, do you think it makes sense to move this? Or would you rather have seen it on 1169? And clearly they were struggling to get a main event for this December card. I think, well, not clearly, of course, they could have had options there, and maybe Christian Lee versus Rasulov was just the best of those options. I don't know. But I maybe we will find out more details a little bit closer to the card. But nonetheless, as always, thank you for checking out this video. Stay tuned for more One Championship content. 1169 is coming up next week. I'm just waiting for my voice and stuff to recover a little bit, and we will be smashing out some content for that card because it is probably the best card of the year from One Championship. Thank you for checking out this quick video. I will see you all soon. Until then, peace.